You're a real estate agent and you want to close more homes. This is how you do it. It's Ali Garced. Welcome back to my channel, where I have a crap ton of videos to help you in your business scale further. If you want more of this, if you want to become part of our community, apply using the link below. If you have questions about joining our community, book a call using the link below. Especially if you are stuck between doing 5 and 10 transactions a year and you want to double that to doing 20 transactions a year or more. For the past couple of years, I've done over 40 transactions and I'm looking to help others, but you have to partner with us. Okay, so how do you close more homes? It's not about your morning routine. It's not about daily affirmations. It's not about what you think in your mind or how much you exercise every morning or what you eat for breakfast. It's about doing the repetitive things over and over again until you become a champion at doing it and fall in love with the process of the act of doing it. Boom, that's it. All right, video's over. I'm just kidding. Okay, so it's really about knowing what you're going to say. Starting off with that, you're in sales. You have to know what to say. A lot of people will opt out of this and say, I don't need scripts. I just like going with the flow. I don't want to sound like a salesperson. That's why you need scripts practice, is so that way you don't seem like an idiot that's saying this for the first time and you're stumbling over your words and you don't know what the end goal is. All scripts is taking somebody from where they are to where they want to go without you sounding like an idiot in between. The more proficient you are at it, the less salesy I think you become. Of course, as you're learning, as you're saying these sentences, you're gonna be like, I sound so salesy. So put your spin on it. The practice is what's going to make you not sound like a sleazy car salesman. How to close more homes is just doing the act over and over and over again. It's not getting distracted by all of the shiny objects that you could be distracted with, because my goodness, are there so many. As Alex Hormozy says, the world belongs to those who can keep doing without seeing the result of what they're doing. So the longer that you're able to do something over and over and over again and delay that gratification, which is one of the biggest mistakes that real estate agents have, the longer you can delay that gratification, the bigger outcome you're going to have. I made a video of why real estate agents fail, and that is part of it. They're used to those instant results. Gig work, doing driving for Uber all day, you get paid that day. Some jobs you get paid every single week, or at least once a month, usually twice a month. That's what you're used to. With real estate, you now only get paid typically 90 days after you start working with a client. And how long does it take you to even find that client? It could be 6 months. And people aren't used to going from a W-2 to the unknown of getting your next paycheck. The second way how to close more homes is comparison. Stop comparing your outputs to someone else's outputs. Stop comparing your commissions or how much you make every month or every year or closings that you have, and stop comparing that to someone else's closing that they have or commission that they make every month or every year. Now, I'm not saying comparison is the thief of joy, because I actually don't believe that. I think comparison is a good thing. I'm also very competitive though. So if you're the same way, you should join us. But also if you're the same way, just don't compare the output. Instead, compare the input. So say you're not doing the amount of transactions that you want to be doing, right? But someone else in your office or just someone else that you know of is doing that amount. Instead of comparing your output, which was, say, you closed 10 transactions in the last year, but the other person that you're comparing yourself to closed 20 transactions in the last year. Instead of comparing those outputs, compare the inputs. Instead, the question you should be asking is, how many phone calls are they doing every single day? How many times do they practice their scripts? What type of scripts are they practicing? How many open houses do they do every single week? How many YouTube videos do they put out every single week or month to get those clients? Whichever way the top producer is getting their clients, figure out what their input is. How many hours of work are they putting into making X amount of phone calls every single day? How many texts are they sending out every single day? Those are the metrics of what you should be comparing yourself to. So therefore, you can honestly, like apples to apples compare and be like, wow, this person who closed 20 transactions, no wonder they did that. They were having 10 conversations every single day about real estate with people. And meanwhile, I only had 3. Let's go through a scenario, right? So say they are doing 6 open houses every single week. Say they're making 20 phone calls every single day. Say they're making 2 videos on YouTube every single week. Should you do the same thing? I say no. I say you double that. I say you triple that. Because otherwise, if you do their same amount of input, then Excellent. I mean, you're going to be doing the same amount of transactions. You're going with the same flow, the same trajectory, the same speed as them. But if you want to do even more than them, which that's the type of person that I'm trying to partner with, is the go-getters. I don't want, I'm personally not satisfied with anything that I do. I always want more. If you're that type of agent, please reach out to me. I want to talk to you. So why do double that or triple that? Because you want to surpass them. You want to be the number one agent in the office. So while they're doing 6 open houses every single week and 2 YouTube videos every single week and 20 phone calls a day, you're going to do 40 phone calls a day. You're going to do 10 open houses a week, and you're going to practice the scripts over and over and over again in the shower, while you're driving, when you wake up, before you go to bed. That's how obsessed you should be. Well, I don't want to say should, because everyone's life goals are different, right? But that's how obsessed I was in the beginning. I was like, I don't want to sound salesy. I would just want to go with what feels natural to me. Whatever comes out of my mouth, that way I won't sound salesy. No, you sound dumb.
You sound dumb.
You need scripts. And guess what? Our community has scripts practice. We have so much of it. We have so many trainings. We give you the blueprint. All you need to do is just follow it. That's it. I've done 90 transactions in 2.5 years in the business. My sponsor, Shelby Johnson, did 48 transactions her first year in the business. Her sponsor, Ruben Garcia, has done a hell of a lot more. And he used to be the CEO of Keller Williams in Fayetteville, North Carolina, before, that whole crew jumped over from Keller Williams to EXP. His sponsor, Micah Mruwat, was a broker owner, and now, she's a EXP agent number 333. So she's been in for so long, and it's awesome to have access to everyone in this family tree that is pouring into you. All of these resources we have combined together to make them free for you if you name me or anyone in my downline as a sponsor at EXP. You get everything for free. Nothing is lost. All that to say, you should be practicing your script so you don't sound dumb. So this is exactly what I did. I saw what the other high achievers were doing, and I was like, you know what? I want to do even more. I'm going to do even more because I want to push myself. I want to push the limits of what I think I'm capable of, and then expand into that territory of the uncomfortable zone, and then just keep freaking going. So that's how I did 44 transactions my second year in the business, which was my first year being a full-time agent, because my first year in the business, I was still a part-time agent. I was still active duty Air Force. So my second year, I did 44 transactions. I made Icon. Here's a little trophy thing, but guess what? My goal was never Icon. Icon was a byproduct of my daily actions that I was challenging myself to do regardless. And in case you guys don't know what Icon is when you cap. So you start making 100% commission for the rest of that year. And then after you cap, you do an additional 20 transactions after that. So once you hit Icon, I actually got the phone call and they said, congratulations, this is EXP. You made Icon and you're going to be getting $8,000 worth of EXP stock today. And the other $8,000, because our cap is $16,000, with Icon, you can get that up to that entire amount back to you in the form of stock. So they said the other $8,000, you'll just have to teach a couple of courses, which, yes, it was a no-brainer for me to do. Essentially making EXP almost a free brokerage. They almost paid me to sell for them, which, that's amazing. The only thing that I ended up paying to EXP when I made Icon was the $85 a year. And that is, I made way more than that. I made a pretty good amount. So when I made Icon, I was $200,000 in GCI, and that doesn't even include the amount that I made with revenue share. So if you're an agent that's looking to recruit, revenue share, we don't have to pay to play, unlike with other brokerages. There is no additional fee that has to come out of your check, unlike with other brokerages. This is the place to be. So anyway, the point of that is I was spending so much of my time on my inputs. I measure what you can control. You can't necessarily control the amount of transactions that you have at the end of the year. What you can control is how many conversations you have every single day, how many text messages you send out every single day, how many reels you post on all the social medias every single day. In 2023, I posted a reel every single day. And now I'm pivoting more to YouTube. I specifically was focused on having 6 conversations every single day, 1 social media reel on all 6 of the platforms that I'm on. And I was adding between 3 to 5 people into my CRM every single day. Focusing on that, just those 3 leading indicators will then surprise you with your output, which leads me to the infinite game. This is a concept that Simon Sinek wrote about. But if you're too lazy to read the book, I'm going to give it to you right here. The game is not the act of the end result. It's not the fact that you're going to win at the end. It's not, yay, I made icon, I won the game. The game should be falling in love with the process. And I hope I'm making sense when I say this. So like the win, every day should be a win for you if you have achieved your leading indicators. So if the goal that you're setting for yourself is to make one social media reel every single day for this year, and or 8 open houses every single week for 2020, whatever year you're watching this in, that should be the win for you. It shouldn't be, I made $200,000 last year. It shouldn't be, I closed 25 homes and the top producer sold 20 or 50 or 60. Your win, the game, should be falling in love with the process. That way, what you might have as an end goal now is just going to be a byproduct of you winning every single day by taking those leading indicators that you can actually measure. So therefore, at the end of the year, or even at the end of every single day, you can say you won because you achieved those leading indicators that you set out for yourself. Now, if you have any questions about what you should set out for yourself, what kind of lead generation strategies, reach out to me, especially if you're looking to switch brokerages. We help agents go from 5 to 10 transactions a year to over 20. You just have to do what we tell you, and everything is in a checklist because we love our SOPs, where all of us are almost all of us are military. So reach out to us, because a lot of us are making $300,000 GCI annually. So don't take my word for it. Take the agents that have joined me. I'll see you in the next video. Otherwise, I'll see you when you apply using the link below.